I don't know what it is about me that's so susceptible to that stuff. But whenever those things pop up, like find the snake hidden in this image of turtles, I can always find it instantly. I scour the sneaky necks poking out from turtle shells until I spot the one with no shell. Or sometimes a more abstract image, like trees with branches curving into different shapes. How many animals hidden in this picture? I find them all. Or timed challenges, like in a cartoon image of a family building a doghouse with a hidden bat, duck, butterfly, carrot, and balloon. Find all 5 objects in less than 15 seconds, and you're a genius. I can find them in under 10. I suspect I play them because I'm good at them. I'm not good at many things, so, hey, you did it, is a nice little burst of self-esteem. Like a gold star to start my morning. My friend, Fadumo, always sends me new ones she finds on the pages she follows. A few days ago, she sent me one with the message, "Can you see it? Look for the surprised child. You have 3 chances left." I found the surprised child in the sea of smiling faces right away, with a round O for a mouth, pointing in shock at something. I circled it and sent it back to her with a reply. Easiest one yet. She messaged back the next day. Same challenge. Can you see it? Look for the surprised child. You have 2 chances left. This one was a little harder, but after about 30 seconds, I found the surprised child again in a sea of confused faces, and sent it to her, circled. Yesterday, she sent me yet another challenge to find the surprised child. It took me even longer than the previous one, almost 3 minutes of scouring, because this time, all the faces in the image had surprised O-shaped mouths. But, finally, I found the child crammed in a corner, hidden behind a couple of other surprised people. Where's Waldo style? Gotcha, I muttered, circling it and sending it back to her. This morning was the last one she sent. Can you see it? Look for the surprised child. You have 0 chances left. I almost ignored it, because, honestly, I was getting bored of different versions of the same challenge. Not to mention, 0 chances made no sense, since I'd circled the child every time. But, eventually, I went ahead and clicked it. To my surprise, the picture came up as not found. I replied back to Fadumo, but all she said was, "You have 0 chances left." And when I clicked the link, all I saw was the same not found message. Annoyed, I switched over to Wordle, only to see the surprised child hiding behind the letter grid. It wasn't even a picture challenge. Weird. The surprised child appeared in more and more of my apps during the next hour. Always the game ones, or the ones with complex visuals. I messaged Fadumo but got no reply this time. Pretty sure she'd been hacked, and the not found picture link I'd clicked on was actually some sort of virus that had infected my phone. I restarted the phone, but the surprised child was there when I opened the home screen, this time peeking out from behind the app icons. Definitely a virus. This was inconvenient, and I made a mental note not to trust any links from Fadumo in the near future. I also messaged her again to ask if she'd been hacked. No response, so obviously she had been. But then, later this afternoon, I was sipping a Coke, looking out my window, when I did a double take, because looking at me from the corner of an advertisement on a passing bus was the surprised child. It had to be my imagination, I thought. But then I saw the child again, when I was on my sofa going through the mail, and the child was staring up from the back of a coupon insert. I tossed the coupons in the recycling. But then, after dark, when the windows reflected the interior lights of my home, I spotted the child peering back at me from the window glass. This was getting really freaky. What was wrong with my brain? Was I hallucinating? I tried to message Fadumo to ask if she was also experiencing freaky stuff, but she wasn't on my friends list anymore. I couldn't even find her with a search. Did she block me? I stopped trying because the surprised child wouldn't stop peeping out at me from behind profile pictures. So, instead I went into my general feed and tried to scroll down to some older posts where I knew she'd commented. But then, on one of my posts on my feed was a picture, very large, so large it almost filled my entire screen, of the surprised child. I scrolled past it, but the child kept appearing, and I scrolled so fast the images on my phone were just a blur, and in that blur was the face of the surprised child, pointing right at me. "I already found you, you little fucker," I snarled, and to prove it, I opened the last hidden picture challenge where I'd circled the surprised child. Only, the picture was different now. It was the challenge with the sea of surprised faces, but near the corner, where I'd previously circled the surprised child, was a figure that looked just like Fadumo. Maybe she had always been there, and I hadn't noticed until now. This Waldo-style Fadumo had an O for a mouth, and X's for eyes. In fact, the eyes of all the characters in this picture were X's. As soon as I closed the picture, the surprised child was back, peeping at me from behind the home screen icons. "Go away!" I shouted, and hurled my phone against the wall and retreated to the bathroom. I'm here now, having a break from reality, maybe. In here it's just white walls and the toilet and tub, with an opaque white curtain. No place for a surprised child to hide. I brought my laptop in here to record this, since it's not infected with any virus. And to prevent any visual hallucinations, everything on my screen is minimized, so that there's only white space and these words. Everything on my screen is minimized. But I see the surprised child peeking out from the letters. And the clearer I see that surprised child's face, the more I realize that the child doesn't look surprised, so much as scared. The mouth, an O of a scream. In fact, all the figures in the final picture I saw, the ones with X's over their eyes, looked like they were screaming. Fadumo too. I'm sitting with my back against the wall, sweat pooling under my arms, wondering if I've just lost it. I'm going to post this, and then I'm going to make myself crawl out and knock on a neighbor's door and beg them to call an ambulance, because I obviously need help. That error message about being not found, was it actually about Fadumo? Is that why she disappeared from my friends list? Do the X's on her eyes mean she's dead? Are all the figures in the final image people who have played this game and been not found? And another terrifying thought entered my head just now. Can you see it? Look for the surprised child. What if I got it wrong? I'm worried that all along I've misunderstood, and that's why I ran out of attempts. Because I didn't find what was really hidden. Because the real challenge isn't to find the child. Look for the surprised child is just a hint. And suddenly, I suspect that the real question I should have been asking, the true goal of the hidden picture game, was to find out, what is the scared child pointing at? I see the child, right now, staring out from behind the letters on my laptop. The child has gotten closer and closer, screaming and pointing right at me. Or rather, right behind me. Can you see it? Look for the surprised child. You have 3 chances left.